Alright, so we're going to take a look at a little bit of a more challenging question. So this is a reducing balance loan extension question. There was a very similar question on the exam last year, which we'll also have a look at in another video. So here's the scenario. There's a loan of $10,000 which is taken out over 3 years and 9 months and is to be repaid with monthly payments. Interest is charged at 5.7% per annum compounded monthly. And here's a little bit of a, again, there's a few things to this problem that just make it a little bit more challenging. The lender wants the payment rounded up to the nearest $10 and then adjusting the final payment. Okay, so what that means is the first 3 years and 8 months, you'll make a certain payment, which is the rounded version, and then in that very last month, you'll make a slightly adjusted payment to just pay off whatever's left. Okay, so the first question, what we've done is basically scaffolded it, so broken it up into a few pieces. So if this hadn't been broken up, these are the steps that you'd go through. First, we need to figure out what this monthly payment actually is, so that we can figure out how much has been paid off before that very last month. So we want to find the amount of the monthly payment. I'm going to use a finance solver because this is a reducing balance, so we've got quite a few variables to work with. So our N, the calculation you can do if it's 3 years and 9 months. Okay, the 3 years gives you 3 times 12 months, or 36 months, plus 9 months, which is equal, to 45 months. So you could count through, but this is the most efficient strategy. Again, when you're entering it in the CAS, you can just enter that calculation directly. Our interest is our annual rate, so we do not divide by 12. PV is the present value. So have a quick think, will that be positive or negative? It will be positive because it is a loan. That means that money is going right into our pocket with our ability to spend it. The payment, that's what we're looking for. And the future value, we want to have it paid off. And our payments are monthly, so there's 12 per year, and our compounding is monthly, so 12 per year. So let's go through and work this through on the CAS. So as always, menu 8.1 to open up finance solver. 3 times 12 plus 9 is 45. 5.7, 10,000. That's what we're looking for, so we'll come back to it. Future value, I want it paid off. Okay, and abracadabra, there's our payment. So it should be $247.34, but the question clearly specifies it needs to be rounded up to the nearest $10. So with rounding, we'll round that to $250. Okay, so our payment becomes $250. Now, second part to this question, again, scaffolding means breaking it up for you to make it slightly easier. Find the amount owing after 3 years and 8 months of these $250 payments. So the only thing that's really going to change here is our N. So it's now 3 times 12 plus 8, because we're only paying 8 months. The rate's still 5.7. So I'm pressing tab to move between. The present value starts out at 10,000. We're making payments. Unfortunately, those payments are coming out of your pocket at negative 250. We want a future value. Okay, that's our question mark. What we're actually looking for, PPY and CPY are 12. So we go through and just make those little changes. So 3 times 12 plus 8 should be 44. So just one fewer payment. So again, rounding this to make it particular, and then future value, meaning that after 44 payments, we now owe $116.49. Okay, so again, because of the rounding we did, it's not going to work out so that each payment is exactly going to end up at 0. So 116. So sorry, we'll go for the solution like this. $116.49 is what you're left owing after 3 years and 8 months. Now, part C here, okay, there's a reason I broke this up. Now, it asks you to find the amount of the last payment. So, you might be thinking, oh, well, that's a given, it's just part B. Have a quick think of why it wouldn't actually just be part B. Okay, So this $116.49 is the amount owing after 3 years and 8 months. 1 month passes before we actually make our final payment. Unfortunately, over that 1 month, we do have to pay interest. Okay, so the key idea here is that it's the $116.49 plus interest. Okay, so a couple strategies to figure out the interest. You can use the finance solver, but in this case, it's a quick calculation. So we can say, well, I is equal to PRT over 100. Well, that actually means that I is equal to 116.49 times, okay, the rate as a year, 5.7, times 1 over 12, because that's going to be our time in years, and we want all of that over 100. Okay. And then it's a matter of actually doing the calculation. Okay. So 116.49 times 5.7 times 1 over 12 over 100. Okay. So we end up owing that extra 55 cents. Okay. So the total we have to repay is $117.04. So that's, okay, the $116 that we owed at the end of 3 years and 8 months, plus the interest earned on that $116.49. So be careful, our answer, our last payment will be $117.04. So that was 55 cents. Okay. So that's our final answer right there. I feel like it deserves to be highlighted in yellow. So if you look at the examiner's report from last year, this is very similar to question 9 in the financial section. So here, have a look at it. In another video, I'll show you the solution to this one. You'll see in the examiner's report, it didn't go overly well for most people. So that's the idea with this extension question, that we need to find out what we're owing 1 month for and then add interest onto that last payment. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know, and we can go from there.